Welcome, dear one. It brings joy to my heart to see your presence here today. You have come, perhaps with questions, or maybe with a quiet yearning inside, a yearning for peace, for clarity, for meaning. Whatever brought you here, I bow to the courage in you. The courage to seek something deeper than the noise of this world, something simpler, something purer. Today, I wish to speak to you about something very close to my heart. The beauty of simplicity, and how, by embracing simplicity, we may begin to live like a monk, even amidst the busy rhythms of ordinary life. Let us sit together, as if under the Bodhi tree, where the Buddha once sat in deep stillness. You may hear birds chirping, the distant hum of life, perhaps even the voice of your own thoughts rising and falling like waves. That is all right. Let it all be there. There is no need to chase away any sound or sensation. Just sit. Just be. This is how simplicity begins, not in controlling life, but in accepting it as it is. You see, the path to simplicity is not about having less. It is about needing less. And when we need less, we suffer less. When we stop chasing more, we find more. The paradox is beautiful, isn't it? When I became a monk, I carried with me so many things, not just belongings, but expectations, memories, attachments. It took time to realize that my greatest burdens weren't what I carried on my back, but what I carried in my heart and mind. Simplicity became my path to liberation. I still remember one of the early mornings in the monastery. The sky was not yet bright, and a soft rain was falling. I stepped outside to collect water, and there, in the soft gray light, I saw a single lotus blooming in the pond. It wasn't surrounded by anything fancy, no grand garden. Just mud, rain, and stillness, but it was beautiful. Perfect in its simplicity. The Buddha often reminded us that the lotus grows in the mud. It does not resist the mud. It uses it, just as we can use our suffering, our mésalliances, our busy lives, not as barriers, but as soil for our awakening. You don't need to leave your home, shave your head, or wear robes to live like a monk. Living like a monk is about living mindfully. It's about finding contentment in the now, letting go of endless wanting, and learning to see the sacred in the simple. Let me share with you the story of Venerable Mahakassapa, one of the closest disciples of the Buddha. He came from a wealthy family, and yet he chose the monastic life, giving up all material luxuries. One day, he was offered a beautiful golden robe, finely woven and rare. But instead, he chose to wear an old, discarded robe he found on a roadside. When questioned, he smiled and said, "This robe has already fulfilled its purpose for others. Now it shall serve me." His joy did not come from the elegance of what he wore, but from the purpose it served. Such is the power of simplicity. It frees the mind. It lifts the heart. How often do we dress up our lives, our homes, our social profiles, hoping to impress others, yet feeling more burdened by expectations? What if we dared to strip it all away and just be who we are, raw, real, and whole? Let us take a moment now, dear friend. Close your eyes gently. Inhale softly and exhale. Feel the breath, how simple it is. It comes, it goes, without demand, without decoration. Your breath is a master of simplicity. Let it be your teacher. When you return to your daily life, you may encounter clutter, not just physical, but mental clutter, stress, deadlines, opinions, distractions. All these things shouting for your attention. The mind, like a restless monkey, jumps from one thought to the next, endlessly. This is where mindfulness becomes our gentle guide. Mindfulness is the art of seeing clearly. It is the lamp that shows us what truly matters. There's a story I love. A humble farmer once came to the Buddha and complained about his life. He said, "My crops fail, my children don't listen, my body grows old, my neighbors are difficult." He went on and on. The Buddha listened kindly and then said, "I cannot help you with your 83 problems." The farmer was puzzled and asked, "Only 83? The Buddha smiled. Yes, and whether you fix one or create another, you'll always have 83. But there is one problem I can help you with, the farmer asked. Which one is that? The Buddha said, the problem of wanting to not have any problems. Do you see the wisdom in this? The mind that is always wanting perfection will never be at peace. But the mind that accepts imperfection as part of life, that mind finds rest. Living simply means embracing what is, not chasing what isn't. Let us speak about possessions. We often believe the more we have, the happier we will be. But in truth, the more we have, the more we fear losing. True wealth, in the monastic way, lies not in accumulation, but in contentment. I once met a lay practitioner, a kind woman who visited our temple often. She lived in a small home, cooked simple meals, and cared for stray dogs. When I asked her why she looked so joyful, she said, "Because I have enough, Venerable. I have peace in my heart." That answer taught me more than any sutra. You may wonder, how can I simplify my life when the world is so complex? Start small. Choose one thing. Perhaps today you switch off your phone for an hour and just breathe. Or tomorrow you give away something you haven't used in a year. Or maybe you speak less and listen more. These small acts create space. And in that space, peace enters. The Buddha taught, just as a snake sheds its skin, we must shed our past over and over again. To live simply, we must be willing to let go of old grudges, of outdated beliefs, of stories that no longer serve us. There was a monk who carried a heavy bag on his back everywhere he went. People asked, "Why do you carry this bag?" He replied, "It contains all my regrets." One day, an elder monk said, "What if you put it down?" He did, and for the first time, he smiled. We all carry our bags, but we can choose to set them down. Simplicity is a choice. It is not forced. It is gentle. Like a leaf drifting in the wind. You are not lazy when you slow down. You are wise. You are not backward when you choose less. You are courageous. There is a monastery deep in the forest. The monks there live without electricity. They wake with the sun, walk barefoot, eat in silence, and bow to the moon. They say, "We don't own time. We walk with it." Their joy is pure. Because their life is pure. Stripped of distraction, they taste every moment fully. But remember, you need not live in a forest to live simply. Simplicity begins in the heart. When you drink your tea, just drink your tea. When you listen to your child, really listen. When you walk, feel your feet on the earth. These are sacred acts, if done mindfully. Simplicity also teaches us humility. We do not need to always be right, or strong, or praised. We are enough just as we are. Like the moon, we wax and wane. Like the tide, we rise and fall. But beneath it all, there is a stillness, our true nature. And that nature is already whole. I remember a young novice who once asked me, "Master, what is the secret to happiness?" I gave him a broom and said, "Sweep the garden." He looked confused but obeyed. The next day, he asked again. I said, "Sweep the garden." This went on for weeks. One day, he came running with joy. "Master, I understand. When I sweep, I just sweep. And in that, I find peace." I smiled. He had discovered the secret, presence. Simplicity brings presence. And presence brings peace. Dear one, the world will always try to sell you more things, more goals, more identities. But your soul doesn't need more. It needs space. It needs silence. It needs truth. Every morning when I sit in meditation, I do not seek enlightenment. I seek nothing. I just breathe. And in that nothingness, everything arises. Clarity, love, wisdom. This is the heart of simplicity. And now, before we part ways today, I ask you, what can you let go of? One thing. A thought, a habit, an object. Set it down and notice how light you feel. Like the monk who released his heavy bag, may you walk freely into the present. The beauty of simplicity is not just in how it looks, but in how it feels, peaceful, grounded, clear. You deserve that. We all do that, so take a breath, dear friend. Smile gently. And remember, in the stillness of simplicity, the Buddha smiles with you. If this message has touched your heart, I invite you to walk further with us. Subscribe to our channel, Buddha's Wisdom, where we share teachings, stories, and practices to nourish your journey. Let us grow together, one mindful step at a time. May you be well. May you be peaceful. May you be free. Nam O Buddhaya.